The clock is ticking with 42 million Americans set to see their SNAP food benefits dry up during the government shutdown.
Yeah, Connecticut leaders trading barbs now over how to best help the 360,000 people in our state who rely on those benefits feed their families. We've got team coverage tonight. News 8's Caroline LaCour standing by, but we're going to start with News 8 political reporter Mike Cerulli with more on how this escalating debate will impact those SNAP recipients. Mike.
Good evening to you, Darren. We've heard a lot about that 360,000 number in the last few days. That's the number of people in Connecticut who come November 1st, if the government is not reopened, will see their SNAP benefits not renewed for the next month. But the number we were hearing today from state Senate Democrats was 11,000. That's the number they say of residents who are going to be getting or losing those benefits, who live in Republican represented state Senate districts. As Democrats today calling on the Republicans to speak up about the issue.
We call upon our Republican colleagues in Connecticut to join in a national call for the release of those benefits.
In an exchange that mirrored the conflicts playing out in Washington, the leaders in Connecticut's state Senate each took turns blaming the other's party for the current plight of 42 million Americans who could see their SNAP benefits dry up starting in November. The Senate president and majority leader placing that blame straight on the back of President Trump and saying Republicans should urge the Trump administration to use emergency funding to keep SNAP afloat. The Trump administration has said those emergency funds are unavailable during a shutdown, a claim that is now the subject of a lawsuit brought by Connecticut and 24 other Democratic-run states.
The President of the United States is willfully starving his own people.
The Republican state Senate leader countered, saying he wants SNAP funding to continue, but arguing that it's congressional Democrats, including the 7 who represent Connecticut, who are keeping the government closed.
Ask them. I'm sure they have their cell phone numbers. They know them on a first-name basis. Ask them to reopen the government.
Congressional Democrats so far say they won't budge on reopening the government without guarantees around the health care subsidies that are set to run out on New Year's Eve. The Republicans in Hartford and Washington insist the government should be reopened first, and then negotiations on health care can resume.
I agree that we should restore some level of these subsidies. I don't want to see individuals' premiums increasing and skyrocketing at a time where we can least afford it in this country.
So now the pathways for SNAP funding to be restored before that November 1st deadline. There's the lawsuit. There's the Trump administration voluntarily releasing the funds on its own accord. There's also the government reopening. And then there are also now 2 bills, one brought by Republican Senator Josh Hawley, the other brought by Democratic Senator Ben Ray Lujan, that would fund SNAP as a standalone measure. We can report to you as of this evening, it doesn't appear as though either of those bills are going to get a positive vote tonight. Reporting live in Hartford, I'm Mike Cerulli, News 8.